What's up, you guys? Scott here. So if you've been in the industry long enough as a hypnotherapist or a coach, or you've asked a hypnotherapist or a coach that have been in the industry for long enough, they'll all tell you at one point they've had a conversation with the client talking about the dreaded guarantees. If you've never had this conversation before, you should start to prepare and expect to have this conversation at some point in your career. But what I thought I'd do in this video is show you 4 surefire ways to decrease and minimize the chances of you having that guarantee conversation. But if you do have that guarantee conversation, I'll give you a quick little spiel about what you can say to your clients to bypass that objection of guarantees. So if there's one thing you could take away from this video before we even get into the main part of the content is to realize this. I found in my own observation after being in this industry for well over a decade now, that anytime I got that guaranteed conversation, it all came down to the commitment of my clients. I know that when I applied these 4 things, which I'm going to show you in this video, I decreased that conversation of talking to my clients about guarantees. And I even decreased the conversation of having my clients talk to me about refund policies and terms and conditions. And again, the overall arch of the guarantee. Let's dive in, guys. These are the 4 things that you can change as of today or prepare yourself for the future to bypass that guarantee conversation. Let's go. So let's start over to the left here. So if you do have that conversation with your clients and they are insisting for some sort of guarantee outside of the things that you can't fix, here's some things that you can do. So number 1, essentially, you can have a conversation with your client, and I pretty much would tell clients, I can't guarantee anything. However, what I can guarantee, so this is like a double bind thing, is these are the things that I can work on. So the things that I can guarantee is I will work with you until the problem's gone. So this is based on the old therapy model where we would sell sessions, time, and hours, which would essentially mean that, let's say you sell a 6-pack to a client or a 10-pack or something like this, and the problem is still existing, it's still there. It means you've got to sell them again and again and again, and clients don't like this. So another big reason why our prices are so high is because we have to take care of this thing up front. So what we're telling the client is, the reason my prices are so expensive because I'm going to work with you until this is gone. And it's your job as a therapist and coach, guys, to get really, really good at what you do. Okay. Then what you want to also talk to them about is I'm going to work with you 100% until it's gone because I've got 100% commitment towards this problem being resolved in your life, but also I need 100% commitment from you. So what I found, my own observations, when clients did ask me for guarantees, it was really giving me an insight into what was going on inside their mind. So what it was telling me is if someone's asking for a guarantee, it's telling me that maybe they're not 100% committed yet. They haven't fully concluded that you are the expert for them, and they're not really, really ready. No matter what they're telling you on the outside, internally, they're not really ready to let go of that problem. So that's a conversation you want to have with your client. So number 1, you want to work with your client until it's gone. And you have to be committed because I'm 100% committed as well. So client, does that make sense to you? Are you 100% committed? Yes, yes, and yes. And this will bypass that guarantee issue. The next thing around guarantees is if you are using client contracts. Now, if you're not using contracts, I'm going to leave a video below. I've made a video about client contracts and what you want to put in there. These are things that you want to start to implement as well. So client contracts will take care of any issues with clients in my observation. So in your contract, you want to make sure that you present to your client what your role is as a therapist, what you will maintain, what you will do for them, and also the things that you will not do for them. So you want to make super, super clear about your role as the therapist and coach, but you also want to make it extremely clear what their role has to be. It's like a dance. You guys have to dance at the same time. It's not up to you as a therapist or a coach to take 100% responsibility for your client's life. They have to take responsibility for this as well. So you have to give them your role, what you will do for them, but you also have to make it super clear about what you expect from them. Lastly is a guarantee issue around refund policies. Now, I'm flat out never give refunds because let's be honest, guys, we can't control 100% of the elements once a client leaves our office or leaves the session. Anything could happen that will make the problem come back or re-exist. So making sure that you let your clients know upfront about your refund policy, make it super, super clear, and make them sign this contract. I think one of the biggest reasons why people will ask for guarantees, then later on want refunds and things like this and say there was no guarantee or there's a lot of client issues, is because you're not super clear about your refund policies. Now, I get it. As therapists and coaches, we may want to shy away from the refund because we think if we broach the subject, it means a client might say, well, hang on, if there's a refund policy, I'm just going to try this. They obviously won't tell you this. I'm going to try and work with you. If it doesn't work, doesn't matter. I'm going to get a refund later. So you want to make it super clear. So I'm all about no refunds whatsoever. However, I will be 100% committed to you. I'll make sure I give you 100% of everything that I know as a therapist or a coach, and we will work on this problem until it's gone. So these two really tie into themselves. The next big one is, for the devil face here, is quality of client. Hands down, one of the biggest ways to get rid of guarantee issues or having that conversation is just improve the quality of your client. What I found for myself, and this was from my own experience and what I observed, when I was charging $100, $150, and I was selling hypnotherapy and selling coaching and selling sessions and hours, all the things that you shouldn't be doing, my quality of client was extremely low. So anytime, again, I heard my client will say, Scott, is there a guarantee? I knew the quality of client wasn't there. So how did I improve the quality of my client? Well, I tripled my prices, 10 times my prices, went from $150 per client all the way up to $1,500. And I, for lack of better words, funneled away all the clients that were wrong for my service. And I instantly improved the quality of client. And here's what happened. I improved the quality of client. That guarantee conversation never happened again. So there's something in that. So you improve the quality of your client. By doing this, you want to survey all your clients. Before you do a strategy call, before you do a clarity call, before you do a sales call, make them fill out a survey. Then you choose whether you want to take the call or not. Just because a client wants to work with you doesn't mean you should work with them. You've got to learn to say no to a lot of people. Because if you do say yes to low quality clients, you are going to have that conversation around guarantees and refund policies and all this sort of issues. And if you're getting that even before you commit to working with this client, you can tell what the rest of the sessions are going to be like. So survey all your clients without a shadow of a doubt and make sure you do a strategy call with all your clients. If your clients can book your services and your sessions on your website, that is one surefire way to attract a lot of the wrong clients, because once they've paid, you have to work with them. That's your commitment there. So always recommend take away your prices, take away all the ability for clients to book you on your website until you've really proven your expertise or your niche, or you're known for that niche inside the industry. And strategy call all your clients. Don't pass it off to another coach to do strategy calls for you. Don't pass it off to an agency, which I hear a lot of therapists and coaches doing. Don't pass it off to an agency and have them do the strategy calls for you. You do them because you're the expert. You know the niche. You know the quality of client. You know the type of client you're looking for. And if it turns out the strategy call survey, the survey they do before the call, is not right, cancel the call. If you find out that the survey is good, then you take the call, and then you find out during the call they're not the right fit, or they start asking for refund policies or guarantee, end the call. You may as well end it now because it's going to get really, really messy later. So let me just recap really quickly before we get to the last one. I see one of the biggest ones. So work with a client until the problem's gone. You have to be 100% committed to you. I'm going to be 100% committed to me as well. Okay, so have that conversation. Next, one way to get rid of the guarantee talk is to make sure you've got it in your contracts. Make sure it's super clear about your role, their role, and also your refund policies and terms and conditions. Make your clients sign these things and make sure they understand it. Next is making sure that you improve the quality of your clients. Survey all your clients. Make sure you do a strategy call as well. Now let's talk about social media. If you were to take anything away from the video, this would be it right here, okay? So when it comes to social media, here's what everybody does, and probably 95% of the industry. People believe that social media is all about showing up, trying to look famous, dancing around, making sort of a fool of themselves, talking about their journey and themselves, talking about NLP, talking about coaching. And all of this is going to lead to your clients who find your social media is to make them believe that maybe you're not an expert. Your content is the easiest way to leverage your expertise. It is by far the easiest way that when you go to sleep or your business shuts off for the day, people or potential clients can look at your content and have all of their objections handled. Remember, a client asking about a guarantee or even a refund policy or anything is just letting you know that they have an objection about your service. So if someone's trying to find out if you're an expert and if they should work with you, and they go to your social media and it's always you talking about you, it's selfies, it's talking about NLP and coaching, the things that clients aren't interested in or don't want to see, they're going to have not only this objection, but every objection as well. So if they get on a call with you, these are the things they want to bring up. So your content should handle all the objections. So how do you turn content into destroying objections? Your content should be talking about your expertise. If your expertise is helping women go past narcissistic relationships, that's what your content should be about. Your content shouldn't be talking about RTT, NLP, and coaching because your clients are not looking for these things. I've talked about this millions of times before. Clients are not looking for RTT coaching and NLP because they're not educated this way. What they are looking for is, I've got a narcissistic husband. How do I divorce him without him being narcissistic towards me or causing any more pain? And they're looking for answers to their most common questions. So your content should be answering your clients' most common questions. Next way you can use your content to leverage your expertise and stop the guarantee conversation is just show proof. Do you have testimonials? Do you have proof that your sessions and packages and programs and everything you're selling, your service actually works? Don't be shy to show people testimonials. I believe hands down that if you can just show testimonials for 95% of your social media marketing, I can guarantee you'll never have a problem with client numbers again. You'll be able to push clients away. If you are working with clients right now and you still haven't got testimonials, ask them. Don't dance around it. Don't be shy about it. Just tell your clients, hey, if I work with you, I'm going to give it to you at this price, $1,500, stop smoking. But also as part of this as well, if it works out and you're very happy with my service, I will ask you for a testimonial. Is that okay with you? Hell, put that in your contract as well, guys. So your content should handle objections. Your content should be showing your expertise, and your content should be showing and proving that you're an expert, showing how deep your knowledge goes. So when you can do all of these things, and these are just small iterations, I guarantee this, the conversation about guarantees will start to diminish. If every conversation, every strategy call you have, a client is asking you, what is the guarantee? What if this doesn't work? What are your refund policies? What are all of these things? It's because these things are lacking. If you have to have a conversation with your client, you know how to do it now. Off to the left here. If you are getting that guarantee talk a lot and your clients ask you about it, make sure you put it in your contract. Make your role very clear. Make their role very clear. Talk about refund policies and guarantee policies. You can put this conversation inside your contract. If as a part of that, you're noticing that the quality of your clients is lowering, you don't have good quality clients, and you're noticing that guarantee talk is showing up, survey all your clients. Make sure you do a strategy call with all your clients. And for everything, guys, change your social media strategy. Stop talking about yourself. Stop talking about your journey. Stop talking about NLP and coaching, because clients simply do not care. And I can guarantee this, I guarantee you it again, if you're talking about all the wrong things, your selfies, you're talking about your background, this conversation is going to show up a lot. So it's not the fact of what strategy do we use to get around the guarantee talk, what some slick word or sentence I can say to stop people asking for guarantees. It's not about what you do in the moment. It's all the things that you prepare beforehand. This should be part of a strategy. This is part of the business system, having the contracts, improving the quality of clients, knowing what social media to create and what social media to avoid, but also having a backup conversation that you can talk to your clients that if they do bypass all of this and they still ask for a guarantee, you know how to get around it and you know how to talk them through it. So guys, my biggest point here is this. If you're noticing that every strategy call you have, every client you talk to, one of the first things they're asking you is about a guarantee or a refund policy or what happens if this doesn't work, and they're showing you all their objections, go ahead and fix these 4 elements. And I guarantee you, I'm saying that word a lot, that this conversation and having that guarantee conversation will diminish. I know without a shadow of a doubt, when my prices increased, I knew what to say if that guarantee talk came up. So I was more confident in it. I had it, smack bang and clear in my contract. I improved the quality of clients. I drastically changed the way I did social media. I never had to worry about this conversation again. Now, even in my 100K coaching program and therapy maximizer program, same thing. I never get asked this. Why? Because I've got proof my program works. I've got proof I'm an expert. I've got proof of my content destroying the objections. I improve the quality of my clients. I survey and do strategy calls with pretty much everyone that joins my program. I have it in some sort of contract. I actually say it verbatim. I actually say it at the start of my programs, what the guarantee is, what my role is, what their role is, how to get the most from my program, what to avoid in my program. So it's like a verbal conversation and a verbal contract. And lastly, my students know that I will work with them and sacrifice everything I have in my social life and my life in general to make sure that they get the results they paid for. I'm 100% committed to them, but they also have to be 100% committed to me and the process. And I say this to everybody I do a strategy call with. This is the conversation I have. And you can use this verbatim for your own therapy and coaching clients as well, not just for programs. I will tell them, look, The prerequisite to starting my program, joining my program, is you have to be 100% committed to what I'm about to teach you. You have to forget about everything you know about business, everything you've tried in the past, and we're going to break down your entire business and we're going to build this from scratch. And you have to be 100% committed to follow the process. Are you committed to that? And if they say, well, not really, well, I tell them my program's not for you. But if they say, yes, I'm committed to this, these are the ones and the students that have the most success for my program. So again, if you're getting that, Scott, is there a guarantee? Joe Blogs, what's your refund policy? Iterate these things, make these things more crystal clear, improve the quality of your clients, drastically change your social media, and you'll never have to have this guarantee conversation again. So that's all from me for today, guys. I hope this answered a question a lot of people ask about guarantees. Here's how we deal with them. Here's the things you can say, but here's also things you can iterate in your process, in your entire system to lower the chance of having that guarantee conversation. So that's it from me for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Leave some comments below if you enjoyed this video. What point made the most success for you? And I'll see you on the next video in the next couple of days. Bye for now.